Good morning, dear student. In the previous video class, we have learned about the parallel plate capacitor without dielectric medium. So here, now continue the next topic, that is relative permittivity in terms of capacitors is given by. So we already derived that capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor in the presence of dielectric medium and without dielectric medium. First, without dielectric medium, what is the formula for this? We already derived that is C equals to epsilon naught A divided by D, and with dielectric medium is given by C equals to Cm to Co. O here, C naught represent the capacitance of the capacitor in the free space. It is in the presence of dielectric medium. Epsilon naught A divided by D. So equation number 1, it is equation number 2. So divide equation number 2 divided by 1, we get Cm divided by C naught equals to epsilon naught A divided by D, whole thing divided by epsilon naught A divided by D. Here epsilon naught A cancel. Cm equals to epsilon naught times the C naught. Here Cm represent the capacitance of a capacitor in the presence of a dielectric medium, and C naught represent the capacitance of a capacitor in the absence of dielectric medium, that is in a free space. Epsilon naught it is a free space, permittivity at a free space. So next we are move on to the next topic, that is energy stored in a capacitor. The next concept is energy stored in a capacitor. So consider a capacitor, parallel plate capacitor. This is connected to a battery. Positively charged and negatively charged. This is Q. This is C1, C2, A, B. This is positively charged, this is negatively charged, this is positive, negative. The voltage potential difference here V. So when a uncharged capacitor is connected to a battery, the charge will be move from one plate to another plate by a small amount. It is a bit by bit. So that is dq. At this time, consider this intermediate situation. Here minus q and plus q are the charges on its plate. Then the potential difference is given by potential difference is equal to V dash equals to Q divided by C. Then here dq be the charge transfer from one plate to another plate, one plate to another plate, transferring charge. Charge from one to second plate. Therefore, the total work done defined as, therefore, the work done is given by dW equals to V dash dQ. We know that potential difference can be defined as work by a charge Q. So here we need V dash. So substitute this V dash to this equation, we get W equals to V into Q. Therefore, the total work done by transferring a charge, transferring a charge from one plate to another plate. So Q equals to Q is equal to 0 to Q equals to capital Q. Capital Q is given by, and right here, W equals to integral of 0 to capital Q into V dash dW equals, is given by W equals to integral of V dash into dQ. Therefore, substitute here, V dash means Q divided by C. V dash into dQ. 0 to Q. V dash means W divided by, Q divided by C into dQ. So integrate this, we get 1 divided by C is, take it outside, it is constant. Integral of 0 to Q divided Q into dQ. So integrate this, we get 1 divided by C into Q square divided by 2. Q square divided by 2. So here 1 by 2 into C. We apply this limit 0 to Q, capital Q. So Q square divided by Q square by 2 minus 0 square by 2. So this is 0. Therefore, Q square divided by 2C. This is the work done. Here, work done is stored in a capacitor in the form of potential energy. Therefore, work done is stored in the form of, stored in a capacitor in the form of potential energy is given by U equals to, here potential energy represented by a letter U equals to Q square divided by 2C. This is the energy stored in a capacitor. The another form of this equals to U equals to 1 by 2 CV square, because V means here B equals to Q divided by C. Here one C is there, therefore C square. Therefore this is the final equation. This both are same. This is the expression for energy stored in a capacitor. Then the next one is combination of capacitor. Combination of capacitors. Why we need this combination of capacitor? Because to get a desired effective capacitance of a capacitor, we need to combine its individual capacitor to a combination of a capacitor. Here there are two simple type of combination of capacitor is there. The first one is series combination and the second one is parallel combination of a capacitor. So here we are going to discuss about this series combination of a capacitor. Here series combination. What do you mean by series? Series means end-to-end connection. So here in the series combination, it is defined. The combination is said to be series. It is connected by end-to-end connection. End-to-end connection of a capacitor. End-to-end connection of capacitor. Connection of capacitor is called series combination of a capacitor. So let us move on to the derivation about this series combination of capacitor. So consider two capacitor. It is connected in series. Another one. So connected, end-to-end connected, and the other terminals is connected to a battery. Here A, B, this is V1, V2 and C1, C2. This is plus, minus, this is a battery to give a potential difference by a battery. So here C1 and C2 are two capacitors are connected in series, and A and B are two capacitors, and V1 and V2 are the two potential difference across the two capacitor. Across the two capacitor. So here in this series combination, the potential difference, the total in series combination of capacitor, the total potential difference is equal to the sum of the individual potential difference of a capacitor V1 and V2. Here we represent the total potential difference, and V1 is refers to the potential difference across the C1, and V2 represent the potential difference across C2. And here charge is flow of charge from Therefore, we know that V is equal to Q divided by C. Q divided by C. Therefore, we get V1 equals to Q divided by C1 and V2 equals to Q divided by C2. Here Q remains constant because in series combination flow of charges will be series, therefore there is no variation in the charge, only variation in the potential difference. Therefore substitute these two to this main equation number 1, we get V equals to V1 plus V2 and V1 means Q divided by C1 plus Q divided by C2. Then V equals to Q by C1 plus Q by C2. So here the potential difference is expressed as a effective capacitance of a capacitor in series combination is given by V equals to Q divided by Cs. Here, okay, I will continue here. V equals to effective capacitance can be represented in series combination of a capacitor is given by Q divided by Cs. So substitute this to equation number. This is called as equation number 2. This is 3. Substitute equation 3 in 2. We get Q divided by Cs equals to Q divided by C1 plus Q divided by C2. Here Q is the common term. Take it outside. Q divided by Cs equals to Q, take it outside, 1 divided by C1 plus 1 divided by C2. In both the side Q is common, Q get cancelled. The remaining thing is 1 by C suffix S equals to 1 divided by C1 plus 1 divided by C2. Here the total effective capacitance of capacitor in series can be defined as the sum of two capacitor. In the case of two capacitor, I will consider 3 capacitor. Then the final equation become 1 by Cs equals 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. This is the required equation to get the total capacitance of a capacitor when they are connected in series. So in the next class we will move on to the series of in combination of capacitor. It will study in the next class. Thank you.